Alexa, play the Business and Beyond podcast.
Playing the Business and Beyond podcast on Next Gen Media.
Coming to you from the Apogee Grafix studios, this is the Business and Beyond podcast on Next Gen Media. I'm Ashton, sitting here with my co-hosts Tony and Tyler. What's going on, guys?
Man, what's happening?
You had a rough weekend, Tony?
Man. Yeah, it's been tough, man. I spent all day yesterday fucking with my water heater. Went out on me Friday night. Just out. Luckily, my wife's out of town on a girls' trip. So, just my son was here. My little girls were gone to the mother-in-law's. And man,
You're basically camping.
pretty much.
No hot water.
No. And it took me just most of the day yesterday to get it changed out.
Signals, asking for help.
Yeah, I called my buddy Roman. He's a plumber. And he's like, hey, man, I got the tool. We can change out the heating elements and thermostats. I should just go get the stuff. So I got up 6:30 yesterday morning, went to Home Depot, got the kit to redo it. I came back. I changed the thermostats, rewired all that, and then just waited for him to come over and bring the tool. And pulled out the heating elements, swapped those for me, and I got hot water now. It's nice, man. Nice hot water.
Our AC went out a few months ago. I went to Home Depot too, but that was just for the air conditioning. I wasn't going to touch that thing. We had people coming, and it took it multiple times. I think we discussed it on another episode, but yeah, I would definitely not be fixing my own stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a pain in my ass, so I'm glad that's done.
I would have been fucked. I would have not even known how to. I might not even know where the water heater is.
At first, I didn't completely know.
I didn't think that's the water heater.
My first plan was like, oh shit, I got to go buy another new water heater.
Right.
Like, damn.
Yeah,
so
that's when you texted me. I'm thinking, well, crap, that's what he needs.
Yeah.
That'd be my first thought too. Like, do we have to buy a new
one?
one?
I didn't really think, oh, you can put new elements in. You can rebuild the thing, because the tank itself is just a tank. It's all the elements that go in is what
guess I wouldn't think of that. Yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't thinking about it either.
Well, I wouldn't have bought a new one, but I'd be thinking like, I gotta call somebody. I guess
I've just
I need
never
a new
dealt.
one.
This is the first time I ever dealt
I don't
with
even know
that.
how much is a water heater. Is it expensive?
$600.
Oh,
I was thinking 1,000. So that's, I guess that's not too
$500-600. It's
bad.
not terrible.
You get a tankless. Well, I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
I've just heard
Roman,
of it.
It's like
Roman
a little
was
box
telling me. No,
on the
Roman
wall,
was
right?
telling me they're not as efficient as
Oh.
because they have to heat it so fast. It uses a lot of energy, especially electric, because ours is all electric.
See, that's all I've been hearing is like in efficiency homes. Yeah, your tankless water heater, because I guess you think it uses less water because it's
but it has
small.
to send so much power. Yeah, you may use less water, but it has to send so much power
so
there.
It's kind of like electric
to heat
cars.
it fast.
Have you ever seen some of those that they have to go plug up, but all the what do you call them? Little, not pumps, but whatever the little units, the stations are hooked up to a diesel-powered generator.
Yeah.
I guess it
a little
might be more
counterintuitive,
efficient,
but
you
maybe
know,
use less diesel.
Electrical devices do produce an exhaust of some type. So they're talking about the new age pollution is gamers. Xboxes, PlayStations, supercomputers that you game on, they all produce some exhaust that's also not good for the environment. So
I guess some type of heat that burns off.
Humans are bad for the environment.
It's just bad. Like we're like a comment away from Earth is just going to redo itself again.
It's supposed to be on election day or the day before. There's supposed to be one that comes real close to Earth.
There's just a lot of people that don't like Trump, and I think that's what it is. They're like, a comet's going to hit us.
Yeah, half people are like,
well, it's Trump's fault.
Yes,
he did it.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but
we take no political side.
We
all have very strong political opinions, but we don't view them or voice them on the show if we can't help it.
We're not a political show, so
no. Tyler's going to start a political podcast, though.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, dude, you almost don't even for real quick. Let's think about that. If you start a political podcast and we were able to get call-ins, you wouldn't have to do anything.
No.
Just say, what's your opinion on said subject, and just let them call.
Let people call.
Does anybody refute what he says? Let them call. Just let them bitch and complain. It's just like Facebook. Yeah. Post whatever you want that's kind of controversial and just let it go.
Yeah, just stir the pot. That's all you got to do. Fucking stir the pot.
You don't even have to take a side.
I babysit enough adults at work. I don't need to do that any more than I already do. Now, Jeff could probably do political podcasts.
It might be kind of fun 3 drinks in.
Just Just you
Hang
call
up
the
on
show
people.
like
Boom.
just call the show like fucking with people or something. You know,
Yeah.
just call people and be like,
I like
"Hey,
that
what
name.
are you the most passionate about?" And they're like,
There's
"Well," I'm
something-
like, "Okay,
There's
that sucks."
something to that. Do like a fake type.
Dude,
I mean,
yeah.
if it got big enough, then it couldn't be a bit anymore.
What was
but
that?
Or we
show
could
on
do- we could
MTV?
do a-
Crank Anchors or something like
Yeah.
that, right? They used to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you just get people to call in thinking they're calling on a political podcast or whatever, and it's just our show. Was it the Ben and Skin do the East Texas
Yes.
sports guys?
Sports boys or yeah, something.
do something like that. Just get some like real serious political. What do you call them?
We can reach out to Trump on the Twitter and see if he'll.
No, get like some kid fresh out of college that's would be real excited to come. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do it, and then just kind of mess with them and see what they do. Like one of us could be real hardcore Trump, and the other one could be like complete socialist, and then you're just kind of there.
I'm gonna be in
Tyler.
like the Nazi party. That's what I want to be in.
Just have three random.
I'm in the political party of Satan. I don't know.
Hold on, y'all go ahead. Keep going. I'm gonna Google that.
The political party of Satan? I don't think that's it.
I bet you there's something.
Yeah, you're
Probably
right,
is. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I want Mark Cuban to run.
Yeah.
I'll vote for
that's cool.
him.
Yeah, me too.
I like some of his views.
Love me some cubes.
And he just brings that business perspective. I think the economy can
No
use.
Kanye?
Is he really running? I don't-
I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna say no, but I don't know. I really haven't heard his
I would
political
say that.
stance. I don't know what.
None of that matters. I think
No.
it's how you look in office, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think
true.
like you'll have presidential Yeezys.
Well,
It'd be pretty dope.
according
That'll
to-
be the official shoe
Yeah.
of the
According
United
to
States of
Google,
America.
According to Google, the political party of Satan is the Democratic Party, but
Ooh.
that's just what popped up on
Hey,
Google.
yeah, Google said it.
I'm not saying
Google says it.
That's
It's
just
gotta be
what
true.
popped up. You know.
Maybe you should have the political.
No,
I mean,
no, I
that's pretty
really do
good.
follow politics very well.
I feel like
think
you were
I
really looking on Google, and it turns out that was just a huge joke.
That's like the first three things that popped up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I thought we would find some kind of satanic something
Yeah.
out of some random state or something, like the Satan
Yeah,
Party
Utah
of
or
Missouri or
something,
something.
And their democratic animal. I mean, their animal is the goat.
You know, it would be in a real political state too. Like everyone's just tired of the crap.
It's not
of-
an actual goat. It's just the goat's head.
The goat's head, yeah.
It's just some guy holding the goat's
With
head, just
the-
blood coming out of it. You know.
Satan's horns or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
What are
actually.
we talking about today?
And it's all
I feel
black.
like this has gotten.
Let's talk more about the Satan party of. No. I was thinking passion. Maybe we do a little passion speech here.
Tony, where are your coasters, man?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on.
sorry.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Pause the cast.
Let me get everybody one.
Thanks, man.
Everybody on
bougie.
YouTube now
We're
just
good.
saw the secret. It's all behind the scenes. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you, by the way.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, give us a like, hit the bell for
Well,
notifications.
hold on. Slow down. Listen to us
you
first.
need to
before
do
you-
No,
that.
you don't even have to listen. Just subscribe,
You
hit
need
the
to do
bell.
We don't even want the views.
All the cool YouTube guys like point down, like hit the subscribe
right.
button. Whoop. Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, the camera's up here. It's right there. Tony, put it
Yeah.
right there when we go.
Yeah.
When we get
Could
on
you do
YouTube,
that?
it's right there.
But for real though, like, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell. You'll get notified when we post. Usually a couple days after the podcast posts. So
Yeah, just about every week. We rarely miss. I had coronavirus and we still didn't miss.
no,
Priorities.
push through it, man.
Supposedly.
Push through it. Vacations doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, that's a. TX
Oh,
on Twitter.
that TX on there.
Well, I need to refill anyways.
Yeah.
passion.
What is it? Did we talk about last week about the TX on Twitter?
Dude, they're not
Last
only they
week.
snub me, they also snub Dashin.
Man, we can't get a response from TX at all.
I'm gonna put a negative hashtag on.
What are we gonna switch to then? It's another good whiskey we can start.
Our
I like Balcones, like the baby blue, and that's it. I tried a couple others, and I didn't really like them that
which
much.
one tastes like peanut oil? One of them tastes like
I don't
peanut
think
oil.
I've had that one.
Is it baby blue? Or
Baby blue
I
is
don't
kind
know.
of sweet. There was a corn one.
That's probably the one you're talking about.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
the one you had.
Yellow
before.
label?
Yeah, let
Yeah,
me
the yellow labeled.
let me text
Yeah.
Fred. Hold on. Fred don't know. He's
Everybody who's listening, just pause. Tyler's got to text
Yeah,
somebody.
sorry. Yeah, you guys. Yeah. Here.
So passion.
Yeah, so
Passion.
this is one of the things I want to talk about was like maybe passion in the workplace would be a cool thing, like how to just recently I've been around a lot of people that are really passionate about their jobs, whether it be at my work or experiencing something else for somebody else or working. Like my hair lady Sarah is hopefully our next interview I'm gonna try to work that out. But I don't know if you ever got your haircut by her. But
Can we do like where we're interviewing while she's doing our hair? Because I really need a haircut.
I mean, she's pretty good at it. So she
Man, that would
She
actually
cut her
be
hair
kinda cool.
actually.
she
If
probably
we
hook you
put
up.
me, if we put me right there in your seat, and she'll cut my hair while we do the show.
She probably hook you up.
Just saying,
Not only is she the best hair lady ever, also / barber, because I think that's what a guy calls their hair lady. Not a hair lady, it's a barber. So I call her my barber. Like officially.
It sounds. It's like more of a power move. So it's my hair person or my hair lady.
Okay, Mr. I'll just keep going with her. Okay, I'll just keep going with hair lady. But she is so dang good at it. So like all my friends now go to her just because like you can like have an idea what you want, right? And have you ever cut hair before?
I mean, buzzed with a
Right. So there's
I was
no
6 maybe.
there's
I mean,
no
I cut my own now. I just shave it. That's it.
there's no way I would be able to do that. Like a style, because I mean you're kind of doing it in reverse almost. Like if you like sometimes I just watch her do it and like I just like watching her face, like just how like you can tell like she's like totally into it and like we were just talking about what I wanted to cut my hair like. And then she'll like mess with my hair a little bit. She'll look at me and then she'll be like, oh, and she's listening to me. And then all of a sudden it's like her eyes glaze over, and she just starts cutting.
She's in a zone.
And then like man, like she gets locked in. And like I mean, you watch like chefs on TV where they get like really low to the table and like kind of like they're doing stuff right. Like she does the same thing. Like she like hunches and she's like.
That actually just happened today when Ashton came in. I was
Got a haircut?
zoned in designing on the computer,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
really scared, like it startled me when he opened the door because I was such in a zone that I didn't even design. That I get that way when I'm designing, like I'm just there, and there's no time, like nothing knows. And yeah, I know that.
So like I'll go in there, and I'm sure it's hard to like try to create something because that's what she's doing. And like I have no idea what I want. I'm just like, it's
You point to a
really
picture on the wall. This guy with this magnificent hair.
No, so she'll like get on the Google and be like, do you like this? 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 I'm like, I guess all of it. Yeah, sure. And she's like,
I almost want to tell somebody one time, just do something with it. Surprise me, but I'm kind of
so
scared.
literally like that's how you can be with her. Like once she gets to know you a little bit, is like she'll start like what looks good in your type. There's like more types of hair than I thought there was originally. I thought I had like thin hair. I have fine hair. I have a lot of it.
Sounds a lot better.
It's just fine.
Makes you
Yeah.
feel
Well, I mean,
better.
but it's
My
like
hair's
thin,
probably fine then.
So like she got me that little spiky brush. Y'all both have wives, so you know what I'm talking about. It's like looks like a medieval club.
Yeah.
Apparently what it's for is you twist it and you blow dry and it gives your hair like poof.
So it's not really for like brushing your hair.
No, it's volume. That's what it's. Yeah. Or you can put sea salt spray in your hair. You guys know. It smells like the ocean.
Something
It's
like
pretty
that.
dope. But it also gives you more lift, I guess. So like my type of hair, I need that kind of haircut. So she always does that. And like she'll stop and like make me like before I leave, like she makes sure I can fix my own hair. So she won't do something to where like I go and like it just looks
Comes with education.
Yeah.
too.
right, yeah. But she does that like with Jeff. Goes there, Shell, Reagan. Like I have so many friends that now go to her just because once she kind of gets to know you a little bit, it's like personal.
Yeah.
And you can tell like I don't know, she's just crazy good at it. Like she like your face shape. Like there's so much that goes into haircuts than way more than I originally thought. Like she cuts my hair to make my cheekbones look better because I have higher cheekbones. I don't. It's all stuff like she has figured out. And it's all stuff that she can match hairstyles to faces. Like there's stuff that I know like I will never be able to do.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love to, like, stop looking at her boobs now when she cuts my hair, and I just look at her face now, which is saying a lot because, I mean, that's part of the reason why I went to her. She's huge cans.
So, it seems like most people who do hair should
I'm also passionate about huge cans. I'm just going to say that, too. If I can just put that out
So
there.
you found your passion.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now, if you could just turn that into a career somehow, I mean,
If I could turn
Hugh
Sarah's boobs
Hefner or
into my
something?
career, I would do that, probably.
Just do like
Actually,
Hugh
she
Hefner?
is, in my phone, she is my beautiful wife, Sarah. I'm being dead serious.
and you're not married, just to keep it clear, everyone who's listening, you're
I
not
mean,
married.
unless Sarah's listening, then yes, I am married to Sarah. Unless her husband is listening, and then
Is she married?
she is.
Yeah, you
but
probably-
he knew what he signed up for.
I guess that's true. So, but it seems like people who cut hair, that's not something you just like figure out one day and decide, hey, he's not kidding. It really is in his phone like
Seriously,
that.
it is my beautiful wife, Sarah.
You don't just wake up and decide, I'm going to go cut hair. That's not, I don't think that's something you could just be taught. Not anybody could cut hair.
I
I
mean-
feel like most people could, not
I don't know.
to downgrade chefs or anything, but I feel like you could be a pretty decent chef if you were taught enough.
I think
Not
there's
like
still-
famous or like Gordon Ramsay or anything
I'm
like that. But
gonna disagree just because
really,
that's, 'cause
okay.
that's my, that's my
I'm not
skill
a
trait.
cook, but I think you could.
Well, I think maybe that's the difference in cook and chef. I mean, there's
okay,
a
I
pretty
like
big
that. Okay.
difference
I
there.
think I
right?
could learn to cook if I focused on it enough. Not
Yeah, I mean,
have
you
my
could
own
go to a
restaurant,
restaurant.
but
Like
I don't think I could ever learn how to cut hair.
Like techniques, you could. I think you can do this. I think cooking. I think they're very similar. I think you can be like a pro cuts
Yeah,
lady. Like sure.
you don't have to have the passion.
I think you
for
could
it
be
there.
a line
Yeah.
cook for sure. But like being a chef, they're so much more involved. It's like flavor profiles, what things go together.
I don't even think I
It's-
could be a
uh,
supercuts person.
oh,
Barber.
I would.
Yeah, have you ever gone there and had a
no
haircut?
way.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
no
Yeah,
way.
anybody could.
if you just need your hair buzzed or shaved,
I don't know.
I'm your guy.
I'm not sure I could do that. I'm assuming it's kind of like mowing the yard, right? I mean,
It's all even, right? Except
but I feel like I came out of the womb with like Parkinson's. I guess I don't know what it is. My hands are just not steady at all. So like I'd be fucking up the backside of your neck. You know, it wouldn't be straight line. I could maybe give you a haircut.
I think there are a lot of jobs that you could that do require passion. I mean, I don't think that like I'm in the design and signs and graphics, and I don't know. For me, it's easy, but I just feel like I have a passion for it. I don't know
you
if
started your own
anyone.
company. It's hard to find somebody who started their own company that's not passionate.
Yeah.
At least started
But
out.
I
as
even
passionate.
think even to go work for someone, you have to have a little bit of passion because there's so much involved in something like that. It's not like just going to get a department store job.
I feel
or
like if
a-
you're doing something creative, you had to have a little bit more passion.
Yeah.
Just like cooking has a lot of creativity in it. A haircut. I mean, you could just tell she's just so fucking good. Like I am amazed every time. So I don't pick a hairstyle. It's just like she does like whatever's more popular. And I tried to nominate her for like this huge like haircutting award. I just like Googled like haircut award.
It's like an Emmy. It's a big pair of scissors. Or
Basically,
something. It's
yeah,
like
I
a
guess so.
trophy.
And there was like so much bullshit paperwork you had to fill out. So then I just
It's
like,
a thing, though.
yeah, it's
There's
like
an
it's a
awards?
legit thing. Like it's like a big thing.
What about podcasting? You think there's an
And it
awards
was-
show for podcasting?
I mean,
You know,
Surely.
I mean,
Not to
you
get
bring
off
up,
topic,
No, to
but-
bring up that, I know that it
I could
is
make
actually, that's a good segue to the passion it takes to have a podcast.
yeah, I mean, you had
it's a grind, dude. Every week, to put out a show every week, it's a grind for us. I mean, you have to have some type of passion. I mean, as of yesterday afternoon, I was ready to text you guys and be like, fuck it. I'm out. Like, you know, I had
This
so much
week
going on.
or generally.
No, this week. Like, I would
was
just
say we may need to have a change.
Dang.
Vote
No,
him
this
off the
week I
island,
was
dude.
just dealing with the water
Yeah.
heater, but I think part of then that passion kicked in once I got through that, and then it kicks in. It's like there's a passion that I want to get this done.
Yeah, because it's easy to do anything when the money's there, when it's not overly difficult, when everybody supports you.
Yeah.
But it's times like that when you have other
Something
stuff
like
going
this
on,
we
when
do.
It's not
This
your
is free. I mean,
Yeah, it's not your
we're not making
source
money.
of income. Yeah,
We're not making
if anything,
money doing
we're
this.
spending money on
Yeah.
TX whiskey, cough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does cost. There is some cost
I mean,
to us
any money
putting
we
on
do
a
make,
show.
we
Well,
just
I mean,
put it
all
right
of our
back into the
equipment
show.
too.
Yeah, I mean, we do have expenses that go into putting the show on. So I think that it does take a huge passion to.
I don't know that we'll ever even pay ourselves, because anytime we get paid, or any kind of money at all, we just put it right back in.
Yeah, I think that
We got the cool selfie light too.
it does. There is a big
That was a gift.
passion.
Thanks, Patrick.
Patrick, yeah, he's the CEO, manager, whatever you want to call him, of Next Gen Media. Creator.
Little plug there.
Little drop there, Ashton. Is that you know people? Is that what it is?
Yes, I know the CEO of the
Dang.
4-person Next Gen Media. Yes.
Yeah, but the passion, you're right. Passion's huge in that. I think you could go down a long list of different professions or different activities. I mean, a lot of times even just like a hobby.
Yeah.
It becomes your passion, and if you can turn that into a business and find a way to make money doing that, that's great. Like that's where that entrepreneurship comes in. That if you can turn a hobby into a career.
I guess this show name is probably going to be pretty hard because, fun fact, we always come up with the show name after the show, which I think is pretty funny. But maybe...
It could be like the Washington football team. We could just be the podcast team.
The episode.
Yeah. Just come up and vote.
The one with passion.
What do y'all think this episode should be called?
That's like a Friends title.
Yeah.
No, but I was thinking like just kind of watching Sarah do stuff, I just realized like how much passion she had. So it kind of inspired me to like start looking around for like other people that have like a lot of passion. And then one of my big bosses at work, I'm known for yelling at work. If you suck at your job or something, or you're not fast enough,
You're a bully.
It's not a bully. I just don't have much of a filter because I don't care that much. Like if you were too slow to get to me, you were just too slow to get to me. So like I'm not gonna be like, oh well, you tried. I'm like, well, you were just too slow. So like you can take it however you want to, but like you were just too slow. So like instead of I'm frustrated because you were too slow, and then we lost a job. So instead of you having to go, well, did we lose it? I'm gonna go, well, you were too slow. So like you kind of get it. Yeah. So well, it's up to you to bring it to me to fix it. So anyways, so one of my big bosses had said that I guess someone had said that like I yelled a lot or that I was always angry or something. He was like, oh, he's not mad, he's passionate, and it's because I hate losing trucks. Like I want to fix everything. Like there'll be stuff that I absolutely do not want to do. Like I don't know if y'all get there through your work day. Like something comes up, you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this. And then I will come up with like 6 trillion excuses why I can't do it. And then I'll end up doing it anyways. It's really not that bad, but I'll do it. And I get done. I'm like, man, I don't know why I always do that to myself. Like there's one particular job that we do. You can't really see it anymore, but you will bleed. No matter what you do, you will end up bleeding on this like particular repair we have at work. And I get sick of doing it. My counterpart gets sick of doing it. My boss, Thrasher, we have talked about it a couple times. Also, maybe our next guest after Sarah.
Maybe
Thrasher.
you should give us a list.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a list of stuff. Well, I mean, I haven't even asked Sarah yet, so. But, I mean, she's pretty much down to ride, so she'll probably do it. Anyway, okay, anyways. But we all get tired of doing this one thing, but I can't stop doing it because I hate losing trucks.
Yeah.
So I think that goes back to, like, it's almost like, I think you can be good at a job and not have passion, but when you just see someone that has just full of passion, I mean, Sarah, I drive 40 minutes to get a haircut just because I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything to her about what kind of style I want. If I want something, she'll be like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not gonna.
I'm like, well, I think I could.
No, you can't.
No
pull
purple
that
hair,
off.
Tyler. I'm like, I think it would look really cool. She's like,
Did you tell her you're on video doing a podcast? That
No, I
purple
haven't.
hair might actually help
Yeah.
us.
So,
that actually would be a good bit.
Okay, so if you guys can call her, she might. I have it. I mean, y'all might be able to help me do it. She's pretty local too, I would say. So I mean, she organizes lots of stuff. So I think she'd be a really good guest. And I mean, she surprises me so much. She probably knows, because she knows our family, so she probably knows you have a podcast. She's probably listening the whole time.
So what if someone is having trouble finding that passion?
How do you kindle it, or how do you?
Yeah. Maybe, and I think every person has passion in them for something.
Sure.
You just
But
try.
yeah.
New things.
How do you cultivate that, and how do you
personally
find that passion? You know, to know.
You're trying to find like what specifically you need to do.
Maybe to find out.
Try new things, I guess. Don't be scared to suck at something new.
Well, listen, and maybe if you're lost in it, like maybe you're working a 9 to 5 and you're just not there. Like, how do you find the passion to know what you're passionate about and what you should pursue?
Well, and let me also put this wrench in there. Sometimes your passion is embarrassing. If you don't want to like share your passion,
like
you know.
Cans.
That's not embarrassing at all, dude. I love me some big old cans. Sarah will attest to it. To me, to answer your question, Tony, to me, just watching someone just ooze passion like that just gets me going. It's so much easier to work beside somebody that you can tell is like just fully into their job. There's a guy I learned most of the stuff from at work. He was very passionate about it, and he was so passionate about it that he didn't care if like you had the potential of being better than he was. He was just so passionate about his particular craft that he would let you know anything. Because like if he could see somebody that could perform better than him, he'd be like, oh, I want to see it. So to me, just watching somebody be that passionate about something gets me. Like my passion fires up. And it doesn't have to be about the same thing. It can be just, when I go home and, play Call of Duty, if I, want that KDR, I'm pretty passionate about that. So I end up playing better. At work, I'll start to think about it like, I'm very scared to be lazy for some reason. I'm horrified that maybe I'm naturally lazy, so I consistently have to make myself work harder. And that it kicks up my passion where I don't even worry about that. I'm just constantly doing stuff like above and beyond. For some people think that I go too far or that I do too much, but it's just I like fixing stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to full-size luxury SUVs.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. It'll have that clip. So a lot of the stuff we were talking about, fixing vehicles, cutting hair, those can kind of be hobbies too.
Sure.
It's just about anything is hobby. But like you said, working that 9 to 5 job, you don't really want to advocate quitting your job just because you're not necessarily passionate about it, especially if it pays the bills and everything else is kind of, you don't want to go to that extent. But
I feel like that's also part of being an adult is that sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do.
And you can find, it would be great if you can find something passionate in your job, whether it's helping people or getting shit done or something like that. Like maybe working at whatever your job is, your particular industry isn't in itself passionate, but solving problems may be passionate. Or you may just say, okay, your job's not passionate, but it's a good job, so maybe you should just get a hobby, and that's something you could look forward to. Yeah,
there's definitely different ways to like have passion or express your passion. Like one of mine is quarterbacks in the NFL. I have a huge passion for throwing motion and how quarterbacks work. I don't think there's a whole lot of people besides like professional athletes that know more about quarterbacks than I do. Yeah. Just because I love like the footwork, the release, their hands, how they throw. Just because I feel like I have the brain for a quarterback, but I throw like a girl. So
well, I think that too you can just have traits that you're passionate about, like being very detail oriented. And that could organization that can go across a large spectrum of anything. Like you could work for a business, or you could own your own business. Maybe not so much that you're just a passionate person, you're an entrepreneur. You may not have that passion to be an entrepreneur, but if you have that passion for organization or detail, you're a great asset to a company. And as long as you can use that passion in what you do, I think that's self-fulfilling. Don't you think that's
because you can be positive minded or positive thinking and find the good in everything, but some jobs just suck. Mm-hmm. But little things like that where people are like, why do you do it that way? Like, why are you focusing so much on that? Maybe that's just you have it in your head because that's what makes you feel better about it. Mm-hmm. And there's just a lot of negative people. That's why I mentioned earlier, one of the things it's easy to be passionate about anything when you have all this stuff, and one of it's support from other people, because there's nothing more demotivating or passionate, I guess the word would be, to take away your passion than somebody downing.
Like toxic.
Toxic. Yeah. I mean, it could be coworker, family member, just especially if you're trying to start a small business or just a side thing like this is. I mean, if one of our wives just told us this was stupid, I mean, we'd probably be like, yeah, whatever. But it just kind of bothers us.
I think that when you're passionate about something, that you hope that others around you in the circle that you have, that they're as passionate about it as you are, or at least supportive of that.
Yeah,
but I think that's a little bit of them having a passion to be supportive, maybe, you know. Well, I think but if you don't have that, then I think that could be a knock on your passion, you know, like
it's one thing not to have somebody to support you, but just to have somebody completely against it that tell you, why do you do that? I don't understand. And I know on our side of the family, I mean, it's not a business, it's a person, a significant other that.
Are you talking about my sister?
No.
Oh, she's
Tony. Yeah, we set this whole up. This isn't a real podcast. This is an intervention. No.
She looks like Shrek. I'm kidding.
It's your sister. You can say whatever you want, I think. But your significant other, your family and friends, first off, can demotivate you quicker than anybody. Mm-hmm. Especially, I mean, once you get something built up, you know, they're just haters. Who cares?
And I mean,
but when you're starting,
that's a good thing though too. Is when your whole support system is like, hey,
maybe that's your passion, proving people wrong.
You know?
Yeah. Well, but maybe you can turn that around though. Because
I think sometimes a passion can get confused with something that you're just into at the moment. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like a passion is something that like burns more. Like for me, one of the big besides, I mean, cooking is a huge one for me. But besides that, because I feel like if anybody knows me, they know I like to cook. So it's kind of a cop out. But racing for me is a big one that I didn't really realize was a huge thing.
Watching it or doing it?
Yes. I mean, watching like NASCAR is boring. Like I won't lie to that. But like IndyCar racing, I don't know how it's different. Is exhilarating. Rally racing is exhilarating. I love going fast on anything though. Like I can't skateboard, but if you let me do like that downhill like luge one, I would totally do it.
Yeah,
mountain
NASCAR,
biking,
I get
riding
you on
bikes.
NASCAR because it's just
circle
going over.
And
IndyCar,
and I'm sure it's
do they
difficult.
go on different tracks and different?
I'm sure it's difficult,
turns?
but like IndyCar racing, if you just like sports in general, IndyCar racing is something you need to watch. Sometimes it airs really early in the morning because it's in Europe.
Overseas, yeah.
But it is the most exhilarating thing because I mean, once you figure out how fast they're going, you're like, there's no way they're making
going
that
over
turn.
200 miles an hour.
Dude, in a turn.
Yeah.
In a turn, they're going over. It's crazy. And
yeah,
then,
when you see a NASCAR track, you're like, okay, that's why they're turning. It's a lot bigger than you think it is.
I mean, there are some.
Well,
of
and
them.
the banks, when the faster they go, the deeper. You know, it's actually pulling them in.
So
NASCAR's actually really fun to watch in person.
Yes, it is.
Because on TV you don't notice the.
Yeah, shout out Poppy.
The turn,
he used to take me to those all the time.
When they go up on there, they're huge embankments.
Yeah, they're like,
and it just sucks them into that turn.
Yeah, it's really cool. But like IndyCar racing is there's a lot of turns. There's very little straightaways actually, but they're going like. I mean, it's hard to even comprehend, like 160 miles per hour in a S turn.
Yeah.
Like they're going shoot, 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 shoot. And I mean, so they're saying like, not only are they the highest paid like racing anything in the world, but they're like, they get paid like soccer players. Like their reaction times are like bananas fast. Because I mean, they have to be, you're driving a car that fast, but like now the control, like there's so much more, I guess there's more into racing than like what I previously thought, like you're just driving a car kind of fast.
Could passion be confused with just love of something too?
I do think so. I do think it could be like almost like a lustful thing. Like if you're just into something like new or whatever, like you can say you have passion for it. But I think like
I'm
passion. I feel like
I have a huge love for sports, especially football, but not so much like a passion. Like I want to go out and do. You know, like
well, that's when you have the people that are season ticket holders and they're at a lot of games. I mean,
but
I consider myself a huge Cowboys fan, but I've been to one game.
But I mean,
so
I think that passion doesn't have to burn hot. I think it can smolder. But like, you can be a passionate Cowboys fan. You can be a passionate football
Well,
fan.
I guess that's where my question came earlier, is if that is just smoldering, how do you really
And
ignite
it
that?
might be like last week when we're
I
getting
think
the
a passion-
definition altered.
Well, yeah.
What we were saying with ego and
I think a passion has to be like longevity. Like, the longer you have liked something, I believe,
sacrifice maybe too.
yeah. I mean, how much of your body have you sacrificed to football? Quite a bit.
But I mean, or money also, buying Cowboys gear,
sure.
whatever. Like, you can just sit there. You don't have to pay anything, I guess, except whatever streaming service or TV bill you have. You could be a Cowboys fan and not have to spend any money.
If they made you pay like $5 a month to be a Cowboys fan, would you do it?
Okay, if I decide not to pay, what would be the consequence? I just couldn't say I'm a Cowboys fan. I couldn't watch the games.
Yeah, I guess, sure.
I guess we're
All
like
that.
some anarchist.
Yeah.
Like they come kill me if I watch a Cowboys
Right,
game
yeah.
without paying for it.
That's what happens. They just slaughter your family in front of you.
I mean, I feel like I could live without watching the Cowboys, but I'd probably pay the $5 a month.
Yeah, so it's like one of those
Probably
things
would
where, passion is kind of hard to explain too. Is like what's more of a lust type thing. But I feel like
video games. I love video games. They're relaxing to me, but some people who probably like you play it. What's the longest you've ever played a video game? One sitting.
I don't want to answer that.
And you probably do it multiple times. I may one lazy afternoon maybe play Madden for 5 or 6 hours. That's a long time for me. Yeah.
Oh.
And maybe
I have
just
a
about
chair that is rated for me to sit in it for.
and
Does that-
maybe
shoot that. I'm gonna stop
5 or
there.
6 times a week I'll sit down and play a couple games on Madden and then stop. I enjoy playing video games. I wouldn't say I'm passionate because I don't sit there and play end on hour. And these guys that play professionally or game professionally, I couldn't even imagine.
Now,
how many
hopefully
hours they've
Parada is
played.
listening because I think he could probably be a professional gamer. He was
good?
freaking good, man. I think I've said that like the past like 3 or 4 shows.
Did you embarrass yourself when you were playing?
Yes and no.
Compared to him?
Wow. So like he plays different than I do. Like so he plays hardcore instead of core. I play core. So it is a learning curve, I guess. You have to get used to it.
Yeah.
In Call of Duty, for whatever reason, I decided to use like I mostly use single fire guns. So it's like the TTK, which is like time to kill, is super fast in Call of Duty, like faster than almost any other online multiplayer game. So using a single fire gun is stupid, basically. But I like the precision of it, I guess. So that's like a weird passion I have, is precision. Being effective, I guess, is one of those things too. I think it's from cooking though. Is like taking the shortest path to something.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what task I'm given, I will find the shortest path. I think it's because I'm inherently lazy, so I will always find
whether it's good or bad. You
I will find
affected
the
it.
easiest
You
way.
can do something very little. And
I am
affect
horrified
the meal.
that I'm like a lazy piece of shit. Like that's.
Well, you drive the furthest of any of us to come do the shows. I drive
but
a
it's fun,
mile,
though.
Tony.
And
Just
I don't.
up.
I work.
But there's some passion there for
I
that
work
too.
6 days a week, and this is the only time I get to. Really.
So I'd say you're at least passionate
Dude.
about podcasting.
Yeah.
Or being on this podcast.
To drive 40 minutes to.
Oh, that's also my favorite family member is over here. So.
Me?
Yes.
And I think bringing it back to the podcast,
Very uncomfortable look.
and maybe it's the reason that a lot of people don't start podcasts.
And the expense, I think, is another one.
There is some
It is
expense
pretty
to it.
expensive.
I bet that's kind of a testament to the passion. I mean,
Yeah.
we became passionate about it. I mean, Ashton has a lot more experience with other podcast shows,
But we
radio
didn't
stations.
just start this. This wasn't a new thing for. I mean, this podcast was, but this wasn't necessarily a new idea for us.
So I mean,
Like you tell somebody you're going to start a podcast or a radio show, they're just kind of, huh, that's weird. Tony called me that one day. I said, oh, okay, let's do that.
it was weird to hear it from Tony, but once he said it, Ashton was doing it. I was like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Because
Yeah.
I mean, so like,
So we knew we were
radio,
going to do this. We knew, okay, well, the mics cost this much, and it's going to be, it's not a lot of money, or it's significant amount of money.
It
but
is,
we
because
were going to do it. It wasn't like we started listening to our budget down, like, oh crap, this is going to be too expensive. We had a passion for it. This is what we wanted to do, so we were going to do it, however long it took. So, but yeah, some people brand new into it, may look and start doing, which I wouldn't suggest somebody brand new into it get this kind of setup we have.
Yeah, this is pretty dope.
Yeah, at least get into it and make sure this is something you want to do. You don't have to get all of this.
We almost have like the Joe Rogan setup. We're pretty close.
It's not bad.
Joe Rogan also could be our next guest.
So, but you could.
just south of us.
So Joe Rogan's our guest. Are we going to have any of those other people on right
You know
after?
what? But he always
We
has,
might be in a different
he always
strategy
has
of
all
that.
the guests, and I bet he never gets to be the guest. So I bet he would do it.
And he's moving to Texas now. So
He's already in
Yeah,
there.
he's here.
He's here, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got a dope ass studio.
I'll reach out to him on Twitter. I've had terrible luck reaching out to anybody on Twitter, but I'll
maybe
do
you
it.
should find somebody that has. Never mind.
Do you think any of you are good at FIFA by chance?
Not
I
at all.
guarantee you we could bait.
I absolutely. I can tell you, I do not have a passion for soccer. I can't watch 2 minutes of it.
I don't know, man.
FC
Mine's
Dallas
growing.
in the playoffs is
Mine's
kind of
growing.
gets intense.
Mine's growing because that was the
can't-
only sports for a
can't
little
do it.
while.
I watched them in the.
You watched the Premier League?
No, I
Premier
didn't watch-
League's
I didn't
a little
watch
better
sports.
just
Well,
because
it
the
wasn't
crowd
sports,
is so
action.
into
I
it.
watched esports. I would rather watch esports.
No, the
First off, I
crowd
love
being
esports,
into
okay?
it. The crowd being.
I'd rather
into
watch
it
the NBA
helps.
2K tournament
Oh no,
than I
that's
would
boring.
watch soccer.
No, man. So I think the problem is that you maybe don't understand the rules. And
Yeah,
It's
That's
exactly,
exactly
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
That's
so
exactly
you
what
need
it
to
is.
watch soccer.
I'm not super passionate about
You need to watch
hockey either
soccer
because
with-
hockey I don't understand the
It's
rules.
frustrating when you first
Same.
start.
I support the Stars and
Same.
I'll somewhat watch them.
Playoff
but I
hockey is
can't-
entertaining though.
Because I think playoff
what was
any
it?
sport
The
is
other
entertaining.
night they won like 30 seconds or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I think any playoff
Yeah, in the
sport
playoffs,
is.
yeah, like 10 seconds into overtime. I went in there because it was kind of late at night, so
Fuck
I was
you,
brushing
Los
my
An-
teeth. I kept walking back
Las
and
Vegas.
forth.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
I finished brushing my teeth, put mouthwash in, ran back out, and he scored the goal right then. I thought it was
Damn
a
it.
replay, and I saw it, but I was like, oh wait, they're still.
That's it.
I was thinking it was a replay. I didn't even know overtime had started yet. I was in and back because that's what I don't like about hockey. It's like halftime
Instant,
every single
yeah.
in between period. It takes forever, which I get it. That's
So I'm not gonna
probably
lie,
very
I
exhausting.
didn't watch the Stars game just because I was watching Kansas City just look way better. Than,
Yeah, the football. Yeah, last night I was flipping back and forth. There was way too much on. The Longhorns were playing. I couldn't watch Oklahoma
Did they
play 'cause-
lose?
No.
Longhorns did?
Longhorns, they won like 59.
Who'd they play?
UTEP. But it was the first
Oh.
game. But
Oh, okay.
High
Ellinger
school.
had
High school.
University of Texas.
Hey,
at El
Ellinger had
Paso.
400 yards passing in the first half. I'm just saying. I don't care who you're playing.
Yeah, I
That's
could
pretty
do
good.
that
Against a
too,
3A
against a Pee Wee
against a
team, yeah.
3A high school. Not
You
bad.
leave a 3A high school out of this, Tony.
Hey, no, I got to give respect on UTEP because one of my past managers played football for UTEP. But even though they do suck.
Yeah, I still don't think. Yeah, Carson Palmer's like shitty brother played there too.
Oh yeah.
And like he was the best player, probably one of the best players ever played.
Not to get too far off topic though. Yesterday, getting to watch a little college football was nice.
Yeah, I surprisingly
That's what I
did
actually.
not
I had it.
watch.
I had it going while I was working on the
water heater.
water heater. I was
I
watching
still
it.
don't like
So
that
did you
there's
fix
not
it?
a lot of fans.
Yeah.
You did fix
Nice
it.
hot water now.
So
Yeah,
you-
it's good.
I would never be able to do that. I am not.
He had a plumber here. Let's back it up a little
I
bit.
had
With
all
the
the
tool,
electrical stuff
okay.
taken out. Yeah, he just brought the tool and to
Oh,
swap
okay.
out the two heating elements, and it was done.
So what's really funny is like people at work.
Answer it. Just say, hey, you're live on a podcast.
Hoi hoi. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, thanks for calling the Business and Beyond podcast.
What? No, but like people
we
at
should
work.
have a drop of that if we ever get callers in and do that every single time. That's like
Yeah.
the thing.
People at work think I'm like super handy, right? And I feel like all my girl cousins thinks I'm a mechanic, you know, because no one really knows what I do.
They take a picture of their engine. Hey, what's wrong with this?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't-
just kind of.
Fuck if I know.
You're not just assisting a robot that's actually building.
Like for me, so
I mean, they're like
just-
what 95% built by robots.
I would say no.
92.
No. I mean, like, it depends where you are. Like, there's very few robots in trim and chassis. They're like, they deliver material. But like,
they have those ones like I've seen the Tesla factory, like a little documentary. They had the Tesla factory, and they literally have these like tracks
Yes.
that these robots
Yes,
will
that's
follow,
it.
and they'll just
Yeah.
deliver. They're unmanned,
yeah.
and they deliver
Yeah.
parts all over, and it's on like a track. It's like a sensor, and the robot runs on this track, and you have to stay out of its way. Now it does have sensors to sense if someone's in the way, but otherwise it's just running.
Hold on.
Speaking of Tesla, we need Elon Musk on here too. Are you really gonna?
Well, we got our first caller, first live call on the show.
It's Jeff. You better answer too.
Make sure you tell him he's live.
Jeffrey. Hey, you're live on the podcast. No pressure. What are those robots called at GM? AGCs. There we go. I just needed to call them. Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
He's the most confused person in the world
Bye.
right now.
Yep, that's our life together though. Like we both do that to each other. I think.
You ask somebody a
randomly.
question. Oh, never mind.
Hey, I thought of it. Never mind. I'm like, okay, see you later, bud. Yeah, AGCs is what they're called.
AGCs.
I'm not really sure what it stands for, but
But it's an acronym for something.
they come from India.
something.
I'm assuming because like actually when they first got brought into the
So I wonder
plant,
if they're probably the same. I mean, all manufacturing factories probably the same ones. There.
maybe like ours goes. They used to go on tape on the ground. So like there was.
Yeah, might as well, Tyler.
There's like a.
Was it?
Like,
We just so y'all know, we just opened this before this episode.
breakfast. There's like.
We need a whiskey
It's almost
sponsor
like
desperately.
on the coaster.
Yeah, we do.
Ashton.
We do
Jeez.
need one.
You don't even have ice.
Other than TX, because obviously they're not interested.
And maybe they just haven't seen it. Maybe they're busy.
We'll take free whiskey.
Corona.
Well, if anybody has any connections, you reach out to them and let them know that
Or like, I'll probably
We're a
still
little-
pay for it. And
a
then
little
you just
dissatisfied.
Let us put your stuff on her. That'd be kind of.
It's on my way home from work. Maybe I'll just stop by. Just kind of demand to talk to the person in charge.
I demand. to
pick
talk
up
to
one of the
chicks
bottles
you.
with the baseball leather and lace on top. Yeah,
While
those
I'm
are cool.
there.
Yeah, while you're
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I don't think this one's that.
Okay, maybe we're not very passionate
plain
about
one, yeah.
about our boycott
Yeah,
of
this one's
TX
regular.
whiskey.
Yeah, it's just the plain. Yeah.
Because that's one of
We've
our
got a
goals
few
for
of
the
them.
studio. We got to put the little Texas map together with the lids, and we're too far into it.
Yeah.
We'll get another whiskey,
almost
but we're
there.
still going to do the TX
We'll
whiskey.
go to
Oh,
our
we'll still do the caps.
our neighbors up north, Crown Royal. Okay, I keep that company afloat. I'm pretty sure.
Will they take over the naming rights of the studio?
I'm just making sure we
That'd be
put that
pretty
in there.
dope, the
That
Crown Royal Lounge or something. You know, that'd be pretty dope.
well, I guess it can go in the Rhino Sports
We just have to
Whiskey
play the
Lounge.
Canada
If our new
anthem.
alcohol sponsor had a problem.
Okay,
with
so
having that hung
you're
up.
dropping that. Let's go ahead and talk. We haven't talked about this yet.
It's down the road though.
We haven't talked about the Rhino Sports
Oh yeah.
Whiskey Lounge.
It's under construction at the moment.
But
So
this
what-
is for
let's ex-
Ashton's
Let's
new.
explain it a little bit. Like
Yeah,
what is it going to be?
go into it.
Returning.
So
Let's
okay,
go
wait,
ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's put this on here. I'm gonna pop up on YouTube. Breaking news.
Okay, right there. It's gonna say breaking news, or that way. The sports page will be returning after a 2-year hiatus.
That's when you do like that.
Yeah, we needed clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
you can
So
you can
explain-
add it later. You don't have
explain-
to tell people that. Now it just kind of
Well,
ruins
now
the
it's fine.
effect.
Yeah.
Explain what that is, Ashton.
The sports page?
Yeah.
It's a sports podcast. It'll be local DFW, but we could talk about anything. But
So would you say that's one of your passions? Because I know, like that. Obviously, like some people have kind of put it together. I'm sure by now that you're like the only professional radio person here.
Well,
that's why you know
when,
all this stuff.
I went
All
to
the friends at
American
work that are
Broadcasting
listening,
School after high
Ashton.
school, and I quickly learned. Well, not quickly. After I graduated, I quickly learned that you basically have to work for free for a decade to do anything. And
Like
there's
in
not
radio,
yeah,
or
there's not a
just
stable job.
broadcasting
You,
in general.
you think like, well, yeah,
Yeah, broadcasting in general.
and it's hard to keep a job. I mean, not that I ever had a problem. I did a bunch of internships, but I realized real quick you're not just going to go on a radio show and have a show forever like Sean and RJ on 105 Through the Fan, who've been there for 10 years. That's just an anomaly.
So
There's
what
so
kind of
much-
interns did you do?
Like
where?
KLTY, I did their it's called their summer festival thing. They have like I can't remember what it's called, but you set up for their big festival they have at
What the fuck is
Lone-
buzzing too? What is that?
somebody said, oh, my phone.
Ashton.
At Lone Star Park, and then you basically the problem with that is they're in Irving, and I was driving for free from Joshua to Irving every day, and so I completed that, but I didn't take the next one, which would have been their Christmas Wish one, and which I kind of regret. That might have been kind of fun to do. And then I worked Fishbowl Radio Network. I worked on their promotions team, and there were a couple other ones I did shows on internet radio stations. So I was kind of out of it when this actually is a
But
pretty
didn't you
good
do
topic.
like the high school
Oh yeah, I started my own thing. We started our own platform, Nick's Entertainment,
But actually, I listened to you
to do
on the internet.
You're one of the few.
Well,
On Nick's Entertainment, we did
Family.
One of three.
Family.
No, hey, I topped out about 20 one time, but that's as much as my stream could.
It's not bad for a local high school team. though.
And
there's
Joshua
only like
too.
there's
It wasn't
only like 15
Allen
people
or,
in there.
It
you
wasn't
know?
Southlake or Allen or
Like
anything
30
like
teeth
that.
all combined.
No,
I'm
honestly,
just
now with technology, we could.
Ashton, what is it?
Don't worry
Just
about
answer it.
Something bad's happening.
Oh, it's the boo.
With technology now, you could stream whatever you want to stream with how many levered listeners live you want to have. But back then, we were limited without paying a bunch of money for it. We could have 20 listeners. So that's why one time we topped out there. I don't know. It was a homecoming game. So, but then after that, I was kind of off of it for a while, and then came around with JOCO Radio, Johnson County Community Radio. And we started the sports page there and did that for about a year. And then we moved to Next Gen later on and did that for probably 6 months.
So how's the sports page going to interfere with this podcast?
I'll probably end up quitting this podcast. It'll just be too much. No, I'm thinking
So we
about
just
doing
immediately
it live.
had a job opening, and we're looking for a new production.
Well, this
manager.
will be a while. The studio's still under construction, but it's. I think about doing it live as well as podcasting it. So we're thinking like Saturdays at 9 or something like that. But we'll get that. That's
Like in the
down
morning?
the road. 9 in the evening.
Oh. So you can go
You come
over,
do a recap of college football.
Yeah, we
On
used to do it at
Saturday, and then
7.
a
We used to do
kinda
it at 7 at
pre-shows.
night, and it worked pretty well.
It can be
But-
like the Scott Van Pelt, on
Okay.
ESPN.
I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
I'll have to do all my interviews from remote because I'll be at work. So
Yeah, we'll call you while you're working.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on, I got to fix this.
just hear a
And
bunch
you
of ting, 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 ting,
Yeah,
ting,
you hear the phone set down. It's on speakerphone, and you just hear cussing and yelling and Tyler being passionate. And it's like, all right, I'm back.
I'm not mad and passionate.
So, but like you asked him, that's a passion for you. Just, I don't know. I mean,
I guess like
it's not
why
radio,
why,
but
why,
I don't know
why
what
do you
the,
think it is a passion, Ashton?
what this category is now with podcasting and all the internet.
I don't know. I think I got real involved in it and just had my head set on wanting to be in radio. But then I realized I don't know. I think having a platform is a more important thing. Not necessarily being on the radio and
Do you have anybody like you look up to? Like for me, it's like Jeff Kavanaugh. I love the way he does stuff. I feel like I try to mold myself when I do this. I know it's not
so it's
even
funny
the same,
that
but like
the
Jeff,
sports page, the way we did the intro and had some, like the way I had it planned out to have a recording for the intro, it was based off G-Bag Nation's intro, sort of.
love those guys.
Yeah, so sort of like that. Yeah.
I'm glad they dipped on Bassick. I kind of get bored of him because he's all baseball, and I don't really like baseball at all.
Yeah, yeah.
but I love
He's very
Gavin.
knowledgeable,
Yeah.
but
I love
he's like
Gavin
every
Dawson.
2 seconds. I feel like
He is,
and,
yeah.
and then he'll go on.
He also
I feel
brings
like,
the like.
and I'm not throwing shade on him. I like my
Gavin Dawson's cool. We drink beer at NASCAR, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the
At,
general.
at NASCAR together.
See me,
Yeah,
beer
he's
me,
cool.
NA.
I like
I
him.
love it. I do like Mike Bastiat actually because he was the less polished one of them, and like he would always like fuck up, and then like Kavanaugh would like give him shit for fucking up, but then like Dawson would bring it back together. That's I just like their dynamic they had.
Yeah.
But I do like the I can't think of the new guy's name, the football guy. Used to work for
The Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Broaddus.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, he's
he's
dope
good.
too. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
him too.
I like him.
So it's
And
like a
he's-
cool dynamic with him
And he has a lot
Kavanaugh.
of inside information. Yeah, they're good together.
And,
Kavanaugh
and it's crazy how
Broaddus are
much
good
like
together.
I feel like Broaddus is a professional and Kavanaugh's not, but
Yeah,
like how much
it
he
works.
brings
It's kind of
together.
like we have a professional and then two guys that
Yeah.
are not very professional
Yeah, it works out.
that don't really get it.
Yeah.
You'll get a research.
Are we?
I don't
Are we
know.
there?
I don't know.
Do we bring the
just trying to
passion
There you
to
go.
it?
Yes, it's an organized passion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think passion in business, especially for entrepreneurs.
Small business, I think it's important. Big business, I think it gets enclosed with actual business. Because like if you use
Yeah.
GM as an
It's
example,
hard to have passion.
somebody
for
was
something.
passionate at one point. It just
Yeah.
the business kind of takes over, and
Yeah.
like sometimes that has to happen.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, I think somebody's so high up anyways, like if you're a CEO or whatever,
I think
money's probably
as
getting
you-
in the
as
way
you
more.
grow-
I think you are passionate there, because like Mary Barra right now, I mean, I can talk shit about her all I want to, because like she's way too high up to mess with me. But I think she is passionate. Actually, I think she is. But there's
I think a lot of that-
certain politics.
I think
and
a lot of
business
that
get in the
probably-
way of your passion.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
not
her
allowed to
passion
do
probably
anything.
gets lost though when you're in big
For
corporations.
sure, for sure.
Because when you're passionate, like you're stuck on this.
It's
way,
those
right?
initial things that she got passed through.
Yeah.
You could
and then
tell.
then the business has to come back and say, okay, well,
Eh.
chill out. We'll take this and we'll take this.
Yeah,
and
it
we'll
was like
take that.
last week when we talked
but
about
this is-
culture. It was more like
I think that once
in
you
a
get
big
that
company,
high
it's
up,
hard to do much. It's hard to affect.
it's
much
hard to
'cause the next
cultivate
person
the
down is-
entire
Yeah.
company, but you can have spots where it does cultivate. I think like for her, it's a lot of give and receive. Like she has to give to some people, and she has to like not do things she wants to do, but also like she might get her ultimate goal achieved.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have your ultimate goal achieved but lose on 8 other things, sure, because like she doesn't control everything.
Yeah.
She just is the one in charge, kind of like president, the one in charge, but like Senate really is the one that
Yeah.
passes everything. Although, do we have a Senator Palpatine? Do we know?
What?
Palpatine? Senator Palpatine? The Dark Lord of the Sith? No? Okay.
Is that a Star Wars reference?
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
was,
Yeah,
that was, yeah.
I've only seen the first 3, so that's
What?
Yeah,
Like episode 1 through 3? Like not even the
yeah,
good
the
ones?
ones in the 70s and 80s.
Okay,
And
that's-
I actually just saw that recently within the last year.
It's 4, 5, and 6, first off.
Well, I know the order it goes in,
I do.
but
Do you,
I-
actually?
yeah.
Because it doesn't
yeah, because it goes back.
It's 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, 3.
The one,
Did you know that? Or did I just
the one
enlighten you?
where Luke Skywalker goes and finds out Darth Vader's his, spoiler alert, Darth Vader's his father, and
5.
all that.
So 5. You're talking about
yeah,
5.
it's the first one that was
So,
made in the
that's 4.
70s. The first movie that was made.
Ashton. Tony.
How many are there?
I haven't
10?
watched any of them.
What?
It does not
No
interest me at all.
What? What?
Star Wars does not interest
Star-
me at
I
all.
think it's
How?
overrated. I mean, maybe the newer ones, maybe
couldn't
better
go.
ones, but I mean the special effects aren't that great. It's not
No.
like this was a great. I mean, maybe back in
At
the
the
70s
time, maybe.
it was.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't have a.
Okay, no, I'm not okay.
Okay, well, I might have to go answer a call.
Yeah, answer that fucking call, dude. Let's.
I'll just go ahead
Let me
with that.
berate you about Star Wars. How do you not like Star Wars? Are you fucking kidding me, Tony?
Yeah, I really don't. I can't get through. I've tried to sit down and start watching one, but I've never watched one start to finish.
This is literally the first time you've ever disappointed me. I cannot believe that.
Seriously,
are you-
I'm so.
Do you not like good movies? What's your problem?
I watch it and it's so far out. I don't know. I don't like sci-fi anything really. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Have you seen what Darth Maul looks
I
like?
have no
Does it not
passion.
look cool?
I have no passion.
He is
for
like a
Star
double-edged
Wars.
lightsaber. You've never seen that before.
No.
Double-edged lightsaber.
No,
The Qui-Gon Jinn looks just like my
No
dad
clue.
with long hair.
no clue. No clue.
What you want, Ashton? I'm done with Tony right now.
It's what you would call a serious situation. No, not really. Phone rang. There was about 8 missed calls to
Can't
find out
believe
where
that.
the key was for a building. So.
Just don't. I don't understand.
I'm not gonna say Star Wars is overrated because I can't say that when you haven't seen all of them. But the first 3, sorry, the 4th, 5th, and 6th one aren't.
Thank you. Because the
aren't
first
that-
3.
and I understand the next 3 are prequels. And it talks about how Darth Vader
Anakin.
grows up. You know,
Anakin grows up to be Darth Vader.
to be
actually.
Darth Vader.
It's not.
I knew. Yes.
Okay, it's important that Anakin and Darth Vader are 2 different people. Okay, I don't understand how y'all don't like that.
Gosh.
You don't
But
like
it's actually the same person.
Why do we have this?
Anakin
loser?
and Darth Vader are the same person. Just it's before he turns evil, and then it's Darth.
So if
Vader.
you turn evil,
Makes
you
sense.
have to change your name.
Oh well, of course.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello, Ashton.
He's humoring you. What do you mean? It doesn't make sense. He doesn't
It
care.
makes perfect sense. If you're good on one side, and then you kill a bunch of Jedi babies, and then you turn evil, you have to
Oh,
change your
you
name.
know, no, you know what? I did get into a little bit.
You should
Is the
drunk him.
new series on Disney Plus? What is the
the molded
the
the Star Wars one?
Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mandalorian.
Ashton.
I actually did enjoy watching that.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
It wasn't Yoda.
And
It's
he
not
wasn't a
Yoda.
baby. I
It's
know.
not Yoda.
I know it's not Yoda. And he's not a baby. He's probably like 60 or something like that.
I enjoyed that.
I feel like we need to talk about our passions just to that he
Yeah,
knows
you need to
nothing
bring me back
about.
up a little bit because I fucking baby Yoda.
That's just the common name. It's for our listeners. That's how they.
Yeah, they would understand.
It's called. It's
No,
a.
I think they would
I don't
understand
think
me
people
more.
actually don't understand that Yoda is a person
No,
of
you're not
millions of, or well, his race. Like
only
I'm
a
Ashton.
few.
Well, I know, but at some point there were a lot of them. They died out, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But Yoda isn't like his race.
Yoda is a person.
Is a person. It's like I'm Ashton. I'm not. We're not all Ashtons.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that. People who haven't even seen any Star Wars at all.
He's growing a little. He's a Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda.
Hey, you didn't see all the memes going around through that time?
Well, what is
Yeah,
Yoda?
of
What is
course.
he? What is he? What is he
fuck,
called?
I don't
See,
know.
what
Yeah,
would you
I'm
call
not
him
that
then?
into it. I'm not that
What
into
would
it.
you call him then?
I would call him Baby Yoda. Yeah.
I rest my case.
So back to passion.
No, this is this.
Bro,
this
he's
is a
passionate.
passion.
No,
It's-
he's
it's
back.
all-
Let him burn.
He's passionate about Star Wars,
I
obviously.
mean,
Let's
not
piss
really.
Tony off. What's something we know nothing about that Tony's real passionate about?
Like so.
Do you watch the Avengers?
This was
Do you roll
like
into the Avengers?
one of those things where
I like the superhero stuff. But
if I guess like some people thought it was embarrassing, but like I love anime. I love watching it. I grew up
Not
watching
at all.
anime,
Yeah.
like Inuyasha,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. Like that was my thing. So like in adulthood, I just carried it through. Also, I love like really nerdy card games. Like I never played Magic,
Yu-Gi-Oh and
but I like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon.
I love that shit. Like I
had a
I still
Pokemon
watch
game on
it.
Game Boy, but that's about as into Pokemon as I ever got.
But actually, The Witcher has a really cool card game. It's called Gwent. It's pretty similar, like same basic concept.
What time is
actually,
it? Let's see if we can cut this out of the. Nobody cares about this.
I have the app on my phone, and so some people would be like, well, like I love dorky card because I love playing chess. I think a lot of people know that.
I do. I love chess. I was in
We
chess
should-
club in middle school.
We should play. Actually,
Tyler taught me how to play. Kinda.
Mr. Burtis in 8th grade taught me.
I
how to
have
play
a
chess club.
magnetic chess
Burgess,
at work.
Burgess,
So if anybody
Burgess,
talks shit about chess, I get to play them at work. But I also have a
You just-
traveling bag that I like. If
you
we go
don't-
out drinking and to bars, I bring a chess bag with me. So if anybody was like, hey, you play chess? Because like you
And
can,
they say no. You say you
if-
uncultured swine.
yes, absolutely. But if like someone's like, oh yeah, I love chess, I'm like, oh, well, guess what? Shots. Because I can't cornhole like I used to. My shoulder's fucked up. So my left hand's pretty good.
What time is that? We're
because
gonna
Landon-
cut that out. That's gonna be a drop.
Landon and I beat 2 adults.
That's gonna be a drop. My left hand's pretty good.
No, well, I'm a professional. I broke my right arm twice.
So you'll notice I think before I say things
Do
to
you?
throw words in there. So
That's the
you can't.
that's
Ma-
him
ma-
having a lot of time behind.
maybe
the
I
mic.
do.
I do think things like that.
Like for the
There's
ladies
the
out
that's what
there,
she said
my left
type
hand
stuff.
is
Yeah, the Tyler wouldn't care
Pretty
if he
dang
knew what
good.
he was saying. He'd still say it.
Yeah.
so.
He talked about liking.
I'm
huge
also
cans.
passionate about how well my left hand functions.
Trying to think of a way to say that.
Yeah, I dare you.
So what's your quickest win in chess ever? I won in 4 moves.
So
one time.
actually, the door line team leader had come up to me and said, "Hey, I've been playing chess. I heard you were good." I was like, well, I don't know if I'm good, but I'm okay. Now I have been like prior to this, I've been thinking about joining a chess tournament.
well, I'm not good at all. I was just. This was in high school. I won in 4
I
moves.
enjoy playing to the point to where like if like when I play Tony, we played when we went to Galveston. If you make it like, because I feel like the rules are pretty out there. Like everyone might know. Like so, like he made like a silly move, so I like moved his back because I want to extend the game. I don't want. I understand the concept of it. I think chess mid game and end game is all problem solving. It's the beginning part of the game which is hard. Which is it. I feel like you can lose or win the game at the very beginning. So I warned Tony. Like I was like, hey, this is the part. So like I showed him a couple because I was playing myself on the table, and then I think Addie or Emmy.
You should just go ahead and get it set up like 8 moves in.
You know,
Like,
so
okay,
I
let's
actually
go
did
ahead.
that with Tony the first time we played. Is I set him up like a move wise and told him like what it was, and then like I explained like what I was gonna do to him, and how he was going to defend it. So then we kind of scrapped it and we played again. And I told him, once you know like an opening move, pretty much the rest of it is problem solving. It's like I told him like I'm gonna do this move because I was trying to practice something on my thing, so I wanted to see something else. So I gave him my favorite one on. I was playing white, he was playing black, and like it doesn't hinder what I'm gonna do. It's gonna depend after the opening, right? So like what mistakes he makes, I told him like don't fuck with the ends because like some people for whatever reason move the very end part. So like don't do that. I told him the important part for me was the middle, control the middle, right? Chess that's one of the most important parts is control the middle. So I set him up with a 2 nice defense on black, and I was gonna run the fried liver attack, which is my personal favorite for people that don't know how to play chess. That's my favorite thing to do because it's within 6 moves you win. So it's like if you're like, hey, I like chess. I'm like, oh, do you play? You're like, not really. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fried liver attack. So like Tony, I told him exactly what I was gonna do. I showed him on my side. I showed him what he was gonna do on his side, and I gave him like the basic concept: don't lose the middle. And he was like, okay. So we kind of played, and then when I got to the point to where my trick did not work for him in that particular opening, I told him like, this is the mid game now. It's may the best man win. Like just because I play a lot does not mean you'll beat me. You might do some crazy shit that I've never seen before it worked for him. He actually like minus 4 or 5 moves.
Like
that
sometimes that unconventional
way
of doing it.
That's part of it.
Nobody does that.
You can't just zone in on your game plan. You have to watch what they're doing, and sometimes they just do stuff. They may be like, I don't know what to do.
I literally let him know,
what is he doing?
Control the middle or pick one side or the other. Like try to control the middle as long as you can, and then when you can't control the middle, pick one side and control it. And he did that exact same thing, just in a weird way, and I think he ended up winning. Actually, I don't. There was a couple times
that was the last time that he helped me, and then it was game on. From there.
I mean, there was a There was a couple times where like he might have moved something into like I just put a shitty trap on him. Like I knew it was gonna work, and I did it, and I was like, okay, this is why you won't move here, because like sometimes like it kind of helps you learn, and then like once he kind of figured it out a little bit, like knew what I was doing to him,
hey, thanks for calling the Business of Beyond podcast.
Yeah.
Oh God, let it be a telemarketer or something.
It's spam risk.
Well, come on, we can educate the fine people, the fine listeners.
So it's one of those things where like he legitimately beat me with his own problem solving skills. It's just like he might have made like silly chess moves. So like if I play somebody for the first time, I always tell them they always win, because I'll go out of my way to make sure like you don't do something silly to where like I win in 2 moves. Yeah. Except for the draw line guy.
Can you win in 2 moves?
He talked well.
I know you're just kind of
I was
exaggerating, but I'm interested. I think
maybe
I've counted 5. I don't know if you can win in less than 5. And the other person has to do exactly what.
There's like a Swedish guy. I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong. It was like Magnuson, or he's like a really young dude that's really good at chess too. I think he won 4. I could be wrong though.
No, I'm saying like if you control the board, they did exactly what you wanted to do. I don't know physically possible how many.
I think he won in like 4 moves, 4 or 5 moves, something like that.
I thought it was 5, but anyways.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never played anybody who was really, really good at chess. I mean, when I was in middle school and I was a nerd, and in chess club, they were pretty good. But most people I play, they're like, oh yeah, I know how to play.
I feel like technically I have like 2 or 3 pretty good openings for each side. I'm way better with white than I am with black, because I'm naturally more of an aggressive person, like a more offensive person. So white benefits me more.
I'm the exact opposite. I'll kind of have a couple ideas. I'll have a couple ideas of what I want to do, but I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to wait and see what they do. And if they're not doing what I want them to do,
mine's
like,
more of I'll
wait.
sacrifice a piece to win.
Not until one of my pieces.
I'm really
other
good
than
with
pawns,
queen.
if one of those have been lost, I'm okay losing it, but I don't want to lose anything until they make a move and I go.
I'm pretty good with queen. Like if I just have a queen and bishop, I'm pretty confident I can win. Like if you take all my other parts away, if I have a queen and bishop, or a knight and a bishop, I'm pretty confident I can win, or at least draw.
your secret weapons because you'll forget about those.
Especially if you're black. A knight is the best. 2 knights defense, I think, is because you control this entire center, and then your bishops can fly out to the outside, which is exactly what I showed Tony.
A lot of people are like, they'll sacrifice a knight, they don't care. But I think it's those knights that you don't move for 4 or 5 moves, and all of a sudden you're like, crap, he's kind of a problem. The other guy, it will think your knight's a problem because you just forget about it.
I tried to learn the Sicilian defense, which I made since he doesn't know much about chess. I told him everything that I knew about chess, and we kind of talked about it. And then I tried to show him the Sicilian defense, and I still, to this day, do not understand. Every time I try to play it, I lose rapidly. It's the most popular black starting position move, whatever you want to call it. Opening.
It's very risky.
It's not risky. I don't get it. I don't understand the concept of it. Not 2 knights defense to me makes more sense because you immediately within 2 moves control the entire center. Sicilian defense is way more popular though if you play like the computer on like chess.com, which I recommend everybody that likes chess.com. It does a bunch of math that how you play it the computer will figure it out, and it took a level 7 for it to stop me.
Yeah,
and
I
cannot
work out algorithms
Yeah,
about how
I
you
can't
play
stop.
in it, and that's how they
level
know
7,
what you're
I'm
going
done
to do.
at level 7.
Holy shit.
I'm not good enough to play past level 7.
Maybe
on chess.com.
I need to get on chess.com then and hone in some skills. I mean, I know some basic stuff, but
Yeah, I mean,
not enough to know the different moves and
I
stuff.
feel like I could. I mean, I'm sure the way Tyler's talking, you're really, really good at chess, and I have no chance.
Well,
but the average
I would
player,
say I'm really good at chess.
I feel like I could go a year without playing chess and then just jump back in. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a good game.
Okay, well, we need a chess set here for the studio.
Oh, I thought he was just skipping.
We'll just play while we're on the show.
I have the app on I actually have the app on my phone.
No.
Okay, we're not doing that. Okay.
This is a classy
okay.
man cave / study type environment. No apps. We're gonna get the actual.
Have you?
Yeah.
So
we're gonna order
mahogany
custom
board.
carved
I have tried to convince my
pieces.
entire household that a living room table with the chess set
that's
embedded.
badass. Yes.
Because like nothing's more like rapper living room than a chess set, right? Because you always see like Lil Wayne, his white living room had a white chess set in there, so both sides were white.
That's gangster shit there.
That's gangster shit, right? Paul Wall, his living room, just crystal everything, chess set.
So you need like
That's what
stone
you
and
had.
crystal.
As
We
a
should have
kid,
Paul
you
Wall
had
on
the
the
Oh,
one
I did
that
have
was-
one. Yeah, one
was
was
like a
like
glass-
clear, and then
one was like frosted,
Yeah.
and the board
did
was
have
that
That's right.
We
glass with frosted and clear spots. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
1000% reach out to Paul Wall. See if he can get us all grills.
Man, have you seen him lately?
It looks good,
He's
man.
He's looking old though.
Yeah.
To have a grill.
Well,
and-
yeah. Well, he's getting older, but I mean, he used to be pretty big, but thin
Like
now.
Vanilla Ice. He's
He's thin now. So what happens with money, man?
Yeah.
Get you thin.
That's why we do this for free. We don't want none of that problem.
No, yeah, we don't want to be too thin.
So we're gonna be real. We do this podcast in our 70s. This would be real.
Are we gonna do the Silver 70? I'm gonna probably not.
Our
do this one
podcast
in
isn't
70.
gonna be a thing
Yeah.
in 40 years. Oh crap! That's 40. Fuck, I'm old. 40 years from now,
I'll probably
Doesn't
be
seem
dead
like that
about
long.
40 years from now.
you're gonna be dead. Is that what you
Probably.
said?
Yeah.
With all the dip. Well, if we keep drinking nearly an entire bottle of whiskey
A show.
each show, yeah,
Somehow
I don't think we're
I'm
gonna
already
last long.
out. We just oh wait, I got some. Oh, no.
I feel like we need to finish this now.
That's like not right. Just to leave.
Can
a
we
little
make
bit
that
there.
a sound drop right there? That.
I think we did at one point. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah.
Not exactly the
Oh,
same, but
beer can.
Close enough.
That was actually from like our first episode ever. That drop.
probably before that we were probably just recording.
No, actually,
shit.
I actually thought that was like y'all were talking, like the very first episode, y'all were talking, and all of a sudden it was like, I was like, oh, they did not plan this out well. And then I was like, well, it's Tony Nash, and like maybe they did. Like he probably like held the can up, right?
That's
So-
exactly what we did. That wasn't a downloaded when we actually recorded
when I did
that.
the interview with Jessica, which hopefully will be a mid-roll
It
sometime.
will be mid-roll
Yeah.
this
This
week.
week.
Yeah.
Which is a great I did it myself, so I feel like it's pretty good content. But herself was good content. I wasn't that great, but I picked up the can. It was like right in the mic, so you maybe might have picked it up. But
I don't remember on post edit if we did pick that up or not.
yeah, because there was a lot of editing with that mid roll because I was not great, but
it's good. What was important?
Editing was good. Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah,
she was great. I was not great, but it's the first time I've ever done that.
Okay, you're
yeah.
replaceable.
Right. Yeah.
The content,
totally
the content was there.
Yeah.
And you guys can check that out.
The important part
that will
was
be
good.
out on
so
on Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. You can check out that.
Yeah, I'm
mid-roll
excited
show.
about that. First time I've ever done that. Well, a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be actually, because it's awkward, kind of.
It is the
Especially
first time.
with new people.
Yeah, because I've never met her before.
I think for our first interview was pretty smooth. But it was with Anthony, and because I knew Anthony personally from when we were kids.
Yeah,
it was a little different.
And at least you got like a couple podcasts underneath. Like I was like,
yeah.
Ashton should be here and asking all these questions, but it was a pretty far drive for you, so
No, it worked out.
It wasn't
And you
bad.
didn't tell me.
It wasn't bad.
Tony sent me the email.
It wasn't bad.
Tony sent me the recording. I didn't know.
It was one of those
I could
things.
have came up there. And
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have. It was one of those things where, like, I guess
the director.
I definitely probably should have had you there. That would have been
I
way
think
better.
that's we continue to push
It's pretty
and
raw.
push and push, but
It's pretty raw.
And I think that's okay.
I'm trying to push
I mean,
my boundaries a
personally,
little
I think,
bit.
and that's what we're telling people with starting their own podcast, to get out and push boundaries, to get out and make yourself a little uncomfortable at times, and stop judging so much about the quality. I mean, obviously through this quarantine and all this COVID bullshit this year, that like that's become an okay thing of you don't have to be 100% put on.
Like with
everything doesn't have to be
Jessica,
perfect.
for example, like I could feel like she was pretty nervous because, like, I don't know, like I'm pretty social, but like when this mic's in front of you, it's
different.
It's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. So like she's pretty social, obviously, because like she's like trying to she's a business person, but it's different when this mic is in front of you and you have headphones on and there's a computer going
over there.
You can see shit.
Yeah.
It's recording
right.
forever.
It's different. So
And next gen more.
I could tell she was uncomfortable, but I could tell like how much of a leadership role she was, because like her shoulders never slumped. She was upright. She was like, "I'll do this," and then like I told her like
She sounded good.
If you make a mistake, just say, "Hey," like talk, and then be like, "You know what? I messed up here," and I was like, "And Tony's gonna be the one that's gonna do this," so because I knew I was gonna email Tony. No offense, Ashton. But like I knew I was gonna email at least to Tony, so I was like, just tell Tony like cut this part out. And I know like at one point in time she was like, "And Tony, I messed this up." So I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly." I was like, "So let's pause a little bit. We'll try to help him," because you can see like the time frame up there. And then I like read the time frame. I was like, "Oh, we already got to that. I'm just gonna fuck this all up." And then I tried to predict it, and I was wrong. And then
with all that, if you went through all that, it sounded amazing.
The edit part was pretty embarrassing, but
Ashton listened. He got the
good.
complete post.
So everybody,
no, he got the complete post edited. He didn't listen to. He listened to the
like the raw.
No, he didn't get any of the raw.
You should listen to the raw part. It was pretty embarrassing.
I sent him the complete.
I was to say,
post-edited.
It's pretty bad.
Stop.
Yeah.
Let's not.
It's pretty
you, whatever you got was all post edited, so it's clean and clear.
I tried it. I just like literally it's the first time I was really paranoid about not hitting record, because I've like heard you talk about like not hitting record, like as probably as jest, but I was like, I gotta hit record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was
like once you hit record,
really,
it's real.
I was really paranoid about it. Yeah,
back.
I was really paranoid about it. But like I was trying to like not play it off to her, because like she, as soon as like she got like saw the mic, I could tell like instantly she was kind of like, oh god. But once she started flowing, though, she was completely comfortable.
What you do is you have to sing Whitney
So
Houston's "I'll Always Love
I hit
You."
record.
Sing that, and then it'll just clear everybody's nerves away.
I hit record and like fainted like sound checks, because I already did sound checks before. So I was like moving the mic around, like, oh.
You're just delaying it. You're just like sound check. Hey,
and
say it
the
again.
funny part, which I hope she doesn't listen to this episode, she was like, I was saying like the liquid courage is really important, right? And then she like, I walked in and she was like, from the bottle of wine. I was like, did you just hit that from the bottle of wine? And I'm sure that was in there. And she was like, yeah. I was like, you're my favorite person. Because I'm like, I think wine drinkers is like Cherie.
Yeah.
She didn't take a hit from that bottle.
No.
She pours in that big ass cup
That
she
big
has.
glass.
But
A bottle-sized glass.
Jessica, a leader of men, women, whatever,
Yeah.
collected from that bottle.
No, I have a lot of respect for
Like
that.
the rest of us.
I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah. So I was like, you have no idea like how much that means to me because like, so like my big boss.
It makes you feel comfortable when they're more
Yes.
nervous than you are.
Yes.
Okay,
and,
whatever.
I mean, she's probably never done this before. So like, it is very intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm a very social person, and when Tony asked me to come on here, I'm like, ooh, the mic's here. You know, it's different when the mic's there. So I've tried to get her comfortable. So I just recorded early because I saw you do that actually.
Yeah, just start hitting
record early.
You notice
we kinda talked about it
on this episode. We started recording a little earlier. We'll just cut it out. But then we're just like, okay, let's start. Before you're like,
I told
are
her,
y'all ready? Are y'all really ready?
Yeah, you're
Right.
trying to time
Seriously,
it
really?
up.
because then it like becomes like a thing, and then like your brain overthinks it. So I literally just recorded because I could tell she was nervous, and probably some of that was because I was kind of nervous because it's my first time ever, and I'm not good at this. Like if it was you, I think it would be different. Like you're used to this kind of thing, so like you probably could have done a way better interview.
You could just hit record and just say, okay, we're recording, and then just kind of talking like, oh, we can cut all
So
this
like,
out. And then
but the worst part is like you always do that intro, and I didn't know how to do the intro, so I was like, "Oh, we're gonna start now," and I was like, silent. I was like, "Tony will fix this later." You know, so I told her like,
It actually was funny
if you-
post editing that.
if you
So
need
listen, he
something-
would go through a point and be like, "Okay, Tony, I need you to go ahead and edit this."
Yeah.
We were just
He's
there having a
talking to
conversation.
somebody
Yeah, it's not there. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It's
you're
like,
the
hey,
producer. So
I'm
So
gonna
I-
need you to go ahead and cut this, and then at this point, at this timeline, I need
okay, I'm
you
gonna
to
say
cut this.
A.
I
and
knew
that's where you
'cause-
start. When I say B, hit
the
record.
only it was the first time I've ever run that program too. So I told Jessica, I was like, if you're ever uncomfortable or get to a point to where like you feel weird, just talk to Tony. And she was like, "Who's Tony?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Tony's just
That's
a
my
mad-
brother-in-law.
He's the mic. He's
I'm
the
gonna,
mic.
yeah, I'm gonna send it to him. I'm gonna attempt to edit it, but I'm gonna send the raw version to Tony just because I fuck it up. So like I could fuck it up and then send him a fucked up version. So I was very paranoid about that. So I sent him just the raw, like it's like 45 minutes of just us kind of small talking before to get her used to like being
Yeah.
in front of the mic because I was just trying to get her as comfortable as possible because I feel like if like Keith to me is one of the best leaders I've ever been a part of, so I just try to feel like what he would do. It's just the mic's on. I watched Ashton my first time here. He just recorded a long time before just to get me used to talking. So I was like, well, I feel like that's what maybe Keith would do. That's what Ashton did. So Ashton knows more than fucking Keith about podcasts. So fucking Ashton did it. So like I just try to emulate what Ashton would do, I guess. And I think that's
It works out great, especially with post edit. I mean,
when
it's
yeah,
not a live show. It's,
I knew you would fix it. So, like, worst case scenario, just started just super raw, which Tony probably had to do a lot of work. So I apologize for that. But
I mean, it was-
she
I think
she
that's
sounds
what-
great.
I think that's what a lot of our listeners enjoy about hearing from us is that we are raw and uncut. Like, we're okay with talking about all this. We're not so put on.
Right.
But, you know, when you guys do listen to this mid-roll, and I hope everyone go listen to this one. It was a great interview. A lot of great insight. She was
It's not great.
huge-
Her side was
had
great.
a lot
Her
of
side was great.
Just
information.
about the information.
But
Yeah,
no, but when you
information's
listen to
great.
it, it
You-
is
you
raw.
can tell
it
her
is
passion.
uncut. It's a. I say uncut.
It-
we did do some editing.
It is
but
not very edited.
There was
You
some
edited
post-edit-
out my shitty parts, but
it
not
was-
much of hers.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
edit
you
any
just
of hers
cut
out.
out
I just cut out the
some
delay. Any
stuff.
delays.
Because there was one part where so I didn't want to make her super uncomfortable, so I gave her about 10 questions I was going to ask her. And I said I might not ask everyone if I go off on a tangent because I know how I am. But I gave her right around like 10, 12 questions that I may or may not ask. And I had a list of those questions, obviously. And I told her, like, be prepared to answer every single one of these. If not, like, if we only answer 5, cool. I don't know what order I might go in. That's why, like, at the beginning of the edit, I started numbering them for Tony. And then we just ended up, she is so solid. The first, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 was so solid. So I was like, I'm just going to go down the list. So I stopped numbering them, and I figured like I would text Tony later or whatever, and he would he just figured it out. Like they were just so like truthful, passionate, just like I could just from her heart. They were all from that, and it's not like to get her prepared to answer them. Some people are better about like taking a second to think about it.
Well, how they want to do it.
Like it's the opposite for me. Like if you want to ask me a question, just ask me like now, like live, and I'll be able to answer it way better than because I think I'll overthink it.
Yeah.
But she's in that position to where like she gives answers. That's it. So like giving her a little bit of time, and they were broad questions anyways. And man, she was flawless. Yeah. She was really good. Yeah. I can't wait to re-listen back to it because like some of the stuff she said, I was like, man, dude, like 100%. Like I think really a lot of the times I was like, dude, that's exactly what like technically from the technical aspect of it, I would answer. And I mean, I didn't talk to her, but I've never met her before that time. That's the first time I've ever seen her.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like. From like my perspective, which is very technical, which is just from internet and whatever, it's not in-house learning. It was very technical, like by the books. She answered every single one of them. Nothing else I would have done, which is what I get from Keith, what I get from her. She's just like one of those people that are just natural at it. Like she was just good at it. Like if you worked for her, you were like, dang, that's a good answer. You know, like if you have a problem.
Yeah, it was.
Like you think it was like a big problem for you, and you're like, dang, this is huge for me in my life. And then if you really think about it, for her, it's small, but she like consumes a lot of herself about answering it. She was really good. I was awful, but she was really good. Yeah,
that was part of the passion for you
for sure, because it's like that raw leadership part of it like, where I was very impressed.
Or OCD or whatever you want to call it. It turned out in the end, her answers.
She was phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, not to hype that show too much, but it is going to be good. So everyone check that out this Wednesday. That will be out. Other than that, man,
hit the music.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You're a little late there.
Yeah, late. Sorry.
So let us know what you're passionate about. Hobbies or
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We want to know D&D.
Just about
whatever.
Any podcast platform. But YouTube, let us know. I'm Ashton.
I'm Tony.
I'm Tyler.
See you next time.
Finding the sports equipment you need for the price you want to pay is difficult. You go to Academy and pay the big box store price, and Walmart doesn't have the selection you're looking for. Let me offer you an alternative, Rhino Sports. They give you great prices because they are 100% online. No storefront means low cost, which means savings are passed on directly to the consumer. Rhino Sports is a local Johnson County company, and selection goes way beyond what's featured on the website. Just go to rhinosportstexas.com to see what they have to offer. Again, that's rhinosportstexas.com. If what you are looking for isn't featured on their website, feel free to send them a message at their website or check them out on Facebook at Rhino Sports TX. Again, on Facebook at Rhino Sports TX.